Hey everyone, Homerstar here, and welcome to kind of like a new style of video I want to try and do. I would like to sort of maybe do videos on camera like this because I think it might be quite interesting and maybe not as hard to like sort of record, if you know what I mean. And I guess I would like to be on camera a bit more, maybe get my confidence up a little bit more. So I decided the best way to do that is to do a video that's probably about 5 months out of date, but still I thought it was quite fun. Basically I was on YouTube the other day and I saw people doing videos of like where they go through the games they beat over the last year, and I thought that's actually quite a fun idea because I've got like a backloggery on like online, and it tells you like, you know, you update when you beat a game or when you've done something, so I could see all the games I've beaten last year, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of just go through them, and yeah, I think it would be quite fun. Now it's just specified it will mostly be games I beat for the first time. There'll be a couple of games I've re-beaten and a couple of like platinum trophies I got because I got really into sort of trophy hunting last year. So like there won't be like you won't see every game here. Like for example, I beat Punch Out for the Wii last year again, but I beat that like every year, so there'd be no point in keeping track of that one. Same with like Contra, I think I beat that one as well, and those kind of games I'm like, which I sort of rebeat all the time. There's no point in mentioning those ones. So these are going to be mostly games that I beat for the first time or I beat on a new console. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to record this yet. I don't know if I'm going to have like sort of gameplay footage in the background, if I'm going to put music in the background, or if it's just going to be sort of me sitting here. But I'll figure that out a little later on. I just kind of wanted to get it filmed now, and then I can sort of work on it later. So yeah, let's start off with the first game that I beat of the year. So this is January, and first off we got Pac-Man World Re-Pack. So I don't have the case for all of them because some of them are digital games. So that might be where I put the gameplay footage where. But anyways, yeah, Pac-Man World Re-Pack. Yeah, really good game. Really enjoyed this one. So I beat this on January 11th. So I probably got this for Christmas, and then then I just sort of played through it. And it's not a long game. It's quite quick. So I managed to get that done quite quickly. But I really enjoyed it. I have been thinking about maybe trying to go for the Platinum Trophy because I don't think it's going to be that hard. Like I didn't get 100%. I just beat the game. I just beat the game normally. But I wouldn't mind maybe going back and getting 100% on this one. So yeah, that was first one of January, and then 2 days later, I defeated. Get outside, like Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Yeah, this game's fantastic. I loved this game. This game was super fun, and I think I actually did get 100%, or at least I got as much of it as I could. Like I got all the the collectibles in the stage. I didn't beat True Arena. I don't think there was the other bit I didn't do. So I did most of it. Yeah, I did most of it. But that's for how much I loved it. Is I didn't mind going for all the collectibles and that. I don't want to make sure the light doesn't get onto it. Again, I haven't done this before, so this is all new. But yeah, Forgotten Land. Haven't played this one yet. Absolutely do. It's phenomenal. So that's January, and now into February. Okay, now into March. Yeah, apparently I didn't beat a single game in February. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't beat a game in February, but apparently I didn't. So now on to March. And first up, SpongeBob and the Cosmic Shake. Yeah, this one was decent. This one was pretty fun. Again, not too long. So this was the 8th of March. If you wonder why I'm looking over there, I've got my iPad, which I've got the list up just so. So if you see my eye dart there, that's just because, you know, I've got it open just so I can see what the dates were and what the next game is. So yeah, Cosmic Shake, pretty fun. Like again, it was quite a quick beat. I didn't 100% it. I'm waiting for, because I'm pretty sure this will get put on PlayStation Plus at some point. So if it gets on there, I'll probably 100% it on PlayStation, like to get the factor because there'll be a game coming up later. There'll be another SpongeBob game coming up later, which I did that with. So I'm sure you can probably guess what that is, but I'll talk about it later. But yeah, again, if you haven't played Cosmic Shake, I would highly recommend it. It's very fun. And then on the 12th, so a few days after that, I beat Sonic Frontiers on PS5. I'm mixed on this one because I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it, but I wouldn't say I loved it. I wouldn't say this is my favourite Sonic game at the moment, but I did. I mean, I enjoyed it enough to beat it, I guess. I actually remember, I think I was like, it was quite funny. I think I was actually really ill when I was playing this. When I finished it, I was like had a massive headache, and I think I was actually sick later that day. I think it was like probably like the worst thing. I think it was just because I really just wanted to sort of get the game done, so I could sort of move on to other stuff. So yeah, if you're feeling ill, you've got a headache, maybe like get off gaming for a little bit, you know, so you don't end up like me and you throw up after beating this game. But yeah, I haven't beaten the DLC though. I didn't beat the update, the free update stuff, because I got stuck on the bit we got to like climb up. I just couldn't do it. I might go back to it at some point. Maybe if you'll see this in the next year's video if I mention it. But yeah, I would still recommend Frontiers. I still had fun with it. And I'm curious. It's more of a. I'm interested to see what they do next. Like, I'm curious to see what happens next with Sonic. How the next game in the series is going to be. So yeah, I still recommend it, but I wouldn't say I loved it. And last up for March, I did this on the 16th. So this one's a bit different. So it's the Mario U case, but it was Luigi U I beat. Because obviously the eShop went down last year. Can't remember when it went down, but like I wanted to just get the Luigi U thing, the Luigi U DLC, and I think I looked up that it was cheaper to just get the DLC on this than to buy it separately, so I just did that. And I just got it done because again it's quite quick. Yeah, the Mario U games, the Mario New Super Mario Bros. Games, not great. I didn't enjoy. Like, I can't even remember what Luigi was like. I think I enjoyed it. I mean, it was more just getting it done. You know, it was more just finishing the game, if you know what I mean. So I enjoyed getting it done, I guess. But I guess I was just happy to just get the whole. Because I've beaten all the New Super Mario Bros. Games now. I've beaten all of them. But I think there's a certain game coming up late. Actually, no, that was next year. I was going to mention, like I should mention it now, Mario Wonder. I beat that game earlier this year. So hopefully, if I do another video of this one, if I do a similar video to this one next year, then I can talk about that one. But yeah, New Super Mario Bros. Is alright, but just a bit. We'd done it. We needed Mario Wonder because that was actually good. Okay, next up we've got April. So this will be the first example of some digital stuff. But first up. WWE 2K23. I've got the 8th here, so I assume that's when I beat both the My Rise and the Showcase mode. So I guess I'll just talk about those modes. Not the biggest... So, Showcase mode I'm kind of done with now. Like, comparing it to 2K24 as well. I just feel like... Because I don't like the way they do it, so it's like... You do the matches, but then they just cut to real footage, and I'm just like... If I wanted to watch the match, I would just watch the match and just go on the network and watch it. But so I didn't really enjoy it that much. I liked the Super Cena, like Invisible Cena. I thought that was cute. That's quite clever. But I'm done with Showcase mode now. In fact, I actually went back and played 2K14 like literally the other day, and honestly, that wasn't very good either. I think we've kind of gaslit ourselves into thinking that Showcase mode used to be good and then it got bad. But honestly, I think you can make the argument it's never been good. I just think they should stop that now. As for the My Rise, they were alright. Men's one was a bit annoying because it was the lock thing and the guy was kind of a bit annoying. Women's one was okay though. I liked the story of you sort of playing as like the niece of a famous like wrestling aunt, and then she comes back out of retirement and you got sort of beat her. I liked that. That was quite cool. So I think the women's story was pretty good. Men's one not that great, but yeah. Apart from that, like I guess that's why. I mean, I say I beat it, but I probably played this game the most. You'll have to know about me is that I love wrestling. Like, you can't quite see, but that's actually me with Rey Mysterio. You can't see it, unfortunately. But I don't want to move my camera because I've got it in a good spot. But yeah, like I love wrestling. So the wrestling games are going to be the games I play like the most all year round. So this is probably my most played game of last year. That's just how it is, unfortunately. So even though I beat the game, I definitely played it a lot more after that. So my first digital only game on the 11th of April, I beat the Ninja Gaiden on NES. Now, I'm going to be honest, I abused the hell out of save states on that game because, in case you don't realise, Ninja Gaiden's quite hard. Yeah, it's very hard. So I abused save states all through that game, but hey, I beat it, I guess. I mean, I don't feel happy, but at least I got it done, I guess. And when I told my friends about it, they were happy. Like even though I did save states, they were still like, I guess, still said it was an accomplishment to beat. But just it's a caveat of I beat it with save states. Speaking of a save state-ish game, wasn't too much save stating, but I also beat Toy Story 2, the original one. So it got put on PlayStation Plus last year, and I finally beat that game. That's like a childhood favourite of mine. I really, really loved that one, so it's great to finally finish it after so long. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's fun. I mean, some of the later levels were a bit annoying, but that's just kind of what happens in those kind of games. But yeah, I was just happy to finally... It's just another one of those like checklist games, like games that were in my I've had in my collection for so long, or at least in that case, a game from my childhood I never finished. Finally getting that one done, and I think the next two of these is like similar to that. In fact, we'll go to that next one, which is Donald Duck Going Quackers. So this was a combo pack with Tigger's Honey Hunt. I haven't beaten that one yet. Maybe one day I will. But yeah, Donald Duck Going Quackers, another game from my childhood that I've always loved, and I was happy to finally get it done. It's kind of like a sort of a Crash Bandicoot-esque game. I don't know much about it. I just know that I enjoyed. It was just, again, just nice to finally sort of get it done, get it out of my sort of collection, get it out of my backlog. Which that's kind of the point. I guess that's kind of the point of this video. Is kind of like just sort of an update of like the games I beat, and it might sort of push me to beat more games this year, so that I can talk about them at the end of the year or the start of next year and that. But yes, that's not really much else to say about that one. And the last one I made, that was the 16th. I beat 16th of April, and last up 27th of April, I beat Shrek 2 on PS2. Again, another game I've had for years and never beat. Finally beat it. Yeah, it's quite fun. There's quite some fun moments in it. I think the final boss was annoying. I can't remember. I think I died on the final boss, and I think I actually like start from the beginning of it or something. I hate it when games do that. I hate it when it's like a long boss fight and you like get to the very end and then you die and you got to do it all over. I hate it when games do that, and I think Shrek 2 did that one. I think Shrek 2 did that. But yeah, overall it's pretty fun. Like obviously, it's not the best licensed game. I think it's like this was made. The guys who made this then went on to make like one of the Crash games. I think like one of the newer ones. I don't know if it was Insane Trilogy or if it was Crash 4 they made. But yeah, I think obviously if you like Shrek, then yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. It was quite fun, huh? And next up we've got May. First off, this was quite good. So on the 10th of May, I beat Pokemon Sword. Yeah, so it was alright. Obviously, like, people didn't like this one. I thought it was okay. It's not as good as, like, the other Pokemon games, but I had fun with it. In fact, I wrote down the Pokemon I used in the game just so I could, like, so you can judge me and see if the Pokemon I used were any good. So I used, Cinderace, which was the fire starter. I can't remember what's the original one called? Scorbunny, yeah, Scorbunny. Greedent, which is like the squirrel Pokemon. I love squirrels, so as soon as I saw that Pokemon, I was like, yes, he's on my team. Bolton, who's like the little electric dog. That one was cute. I named him after my dog. Noctowl, which is quite weird because that's like Gen 3. But I quite like that Pokemon because of Pokemon Colosseum, because you can catch it in that game and it's quite fun to use it. Grimmsnarl, who's like a sort of a goblin-y kind of Pokemon. And Berserker, which is Meowth, but not. He looked like Meowth, but just a silver version of Meowth. So that was my team. It was quite fun. So I was actually away when I beat this game. I was on holiday with my mum and my grandparents, and I was that night. One of the nights I was playing the game, I was facing the final boss, and I lost so many times. I kind of rage quit a little bit, probably getting a little bit annoyed, so I sort of turned it off. And then that morning, the morning after, I was like, let's just go on and have one extra go. We'll see if I can win or not. And I managed to do it, and it was so cool. And I loved the fact that I actually got it done like that. And it's just one of those great moments where you're stuck on something and then you just beat it. It was really hard. Yeah, Final Boss was really hard. Like, people complain about the Pokemon games being easier, and they're kind of right. But that Final Boss was quite difficult. I struggled quite a bit, but it was fun. And I liked playing it. Next up, so a digital game on the 13th of May. Another game from my childhood that I finally got to beat. Tasmanian Tiger. So I beat this on Switch. Yeah, it was just another one of those games which I've had such a love for it from my childhood, never beat, and then I finally decided to beat it this year and beat it last year, and yeah, it was quite fun. Like, it's again, like, I actually had a lot of fun with it. I didn't struggle with it really at all. Maybe like the last level I kind of struggled with a little bit, but overall I had a lot of fun and I really good and managed to actually beat it. Again, like I say, it's just nice to have a game that I've had since I was a child, had never beaten, and then finally getting to beat it. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So really good to finally, again, just another game from my childhood off the backlog, and that was good. Next up, another game that came out 2022, so probably it was a Christmas game. It was probably Christmas or birthday. I actually beat this, so I beat this the day after Tasmanian Tiger. Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Love this game. This game was great. Super fun. I think I beat it as Donatello because Donatello is the best turtle, and if you say otherwise, you're wrong. I think I made that joke in a different video. Never mind. But yeah, again, just really good. This is like the kind of way. This is the way to do nostalgia, I think, because obviously it's nostalgic for the 80s Turtles. It's nostalgic for the classic beat 'em ups. But it's a good game, so like you don't really mind. It's kind of nostalgia baiting. So yeah, if you haven't played this one yet, absolutely do. I haven't done the DLC yet. I don't know if the DLC adds other stuff or not, but yeah, again, really liked it and so glad to get it done. And next up, 25th, I beat Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, so obviously Mortal Kombat 9. I think I beat this leading up to Mortal Kombat 1, because this was the only one I hadn't... This is the only one whose story mode I didn't beat. And that story, man, that story kind of sucks. Most of the story is really good, but it's just that last section when Sindel shows up and just kills all of them. It's just so lame. And the way she kind of like... She just like kind of kicks some people and just... sucks, man. Like... I mean, again, it was just another one of those getting it done to finally get it done. But it was just so... It was a kind of a deflating ending, and obviously Shao Kahn is just annoying to fight. And because you've got to fight him as Raiden, and I don't like playing as Raiden, so it's really annoying. But again, it was nice to finally get it done. So now I think I've beaten every Mortal Kombat story mode. I think Mortal Kombat 1 will be later on in this video, so I'll talk about it there. But yeah, every Mortal Kombat story mode is done. And last one on May was a day later, 26th of May. And this one's more of a... I just completed all of it. I got 100% on it, and that was the... This is a fun one. The Grand Tour game. So you know the Grand Tour, the Clarkson, Hammond and May car show. Like obviously Amazon's version of Top Gear. They made a game, and it's a very weird game. It's a very strange game where you play through each episode, and then you get to like drive. You get to like do like the driving sections. It's quite a unique game. I wouldn't say it's very good, but I kind of nearly thought about going for the platinum. But the problem was, so there's like gold medals, you got to get gold medals in every section. But I did that, and that's why it's like now classified as complete. But for some reason it wouldn't pop up in my trophy history. I got the gold medals on all the stages, but some of the stages it just won't say I've got it. So that's one of the reasons I didn't go for the platinum, because I mean that, and also some of the platinums are so grinded it just wouldn't be worth it. I think one of the platinums is you've got like, so there's like a free play mode that you can kind of unlock after the fact, and then it's like one of them is you've got to win 100 races as Jeremy Clarkson, then 100 races as Hammond, and 100 races as May, and it's just, that just sounds so lame, and you've got to use all the items like 100 times. Like that's just so grindy and so boring. It's like there's no point. There's no point in playing that. Like I'm not getting, and considering that it's actually a good thing then that the platinum trophy kind of bugged out for me, because it means I didn't have to go and do it. But yeah, so that's it for me. Okay, so now we're in June, and the first game I beat in June was on the 12th, and I actually got to beat one of my new favourite games of all time, and that's Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition. So the 2013 Tomb Raider game, the PS4 version, they all got put on PlayStation Plus around that time. And it's kind of a game I've always been interested in, one I always liked the look of, and I sort of like, with it being on PlayStation Plus, I was like, oh well, I've got no excuse now not to play it. And yeah, really fun, really enjoyed that game, really had a lot of fun with it, and I sort of started the second one a bit ago. I think was it Rise of the Tomb Raider? Was that the second one? Or was it Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Weird names, but like I did start that one. I might need to go back to that one at some point. I would surprise you if that will be in next year's video. Will be that one. But yeah, really loved that one. If you haven't played it yet, absolutely have a go with it. It's really fun. I just really like this version of Lara Croft. I think there's some people who are like weirdly like seem critical of it. I personally really liked Lara in the new game, and I kind of like her sort of design in that one better than the original. Like obviously the original one's iconic, and that version is the great one. But I do like her new design in these new games. I think they are quite good. But yeah, so then after that was on the 14th, I finally defeated Sonic CD. So I think you'll see that I played a lot of Sonic games this year. So I mean, this is the start of me sort of playing through a bunch of the Sonic games I haven't beaten yet. And yeah, Sonic CD was... I don't like Sonic CD actually. Like, of the ones on Sonic Origins, this was part of Sonic Origins. This was the one I don't like this one. I think it's the weakest version. It's the weakest one on that sort of thing. I remember when Sonic CD was like this game that like no one heard of. I think Scott there was mentioned it in one of his videos of like, it was kind of this game that's like this mysterious Sonic game that no one could play, and then so it was like it was considered the best one, and then everyone got their hands on it and was like, oh, this one's actually not that good. It's fine for what it is. I mean, I just find it really fun. I think the stages are so annoying because obviously they want you to like search for those like, what do you call them, like the little like Metal Sonic things, the little like robot things that you got to destroy, and like you got to try. So that's the whole point of the game. But like, that's not what I play Sonic for. I just like getting to the end of the stage. So yeah, maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't think it is anymore. I think people are now sort of the popular opinion is that Sonic CD's not great. But I give it a go, I guess. I mean, if you've got Sonic Origins, then you have it. But I would say like don't. I would say kind of like just skip it if you're not that interested. So next up on 20th, so I think this must be just after the Game Boy Advance, just got added to Switch Online, because this is WarioWare Inc. So this is a rebeat for me, this is one I'd already beaten, but just because it was on Switch Online, so I thought I might as well just like quickly do it. And yeah, it's WarioWare. WarioWare is great. I love WarioWare. I think I've got the only WarioWare game I haven't got is the one that was on GBA, the other GBA one, Twisted. Hopefully they put that one on Switch Online, because I don't think that one, to me, that one never came to the UK, which sucks, because that means that's the only WarioWare game I can't play. So hopefully they put it on Switch Online soon, because they can, because they put that Tilt and Tumble on a Switch Online, so they obviously can put those kind of games on there. So I hope they do that. I think that'd be quite fun. And last up for June on the 30th, this is another one where saying I beat it is kind of. I kind of beat it, like I beat the story mode, but it's like not one of those games you kind of have to beat. AEW Fight Forever. Yeah, I think I've now got to the point where I'm like, this was a letdown. I don't think it's, again, I do want to push back on the idea that it's a terrible game. I don't think it's the worst wrestling game ever. Like, I would still play this over, like, say, Legends of Wrestling and those kind of stuff. But I think in the era it was released, in the state it was released in, I think it's left. And the fact that it's one that I asked for more money for DLC, I think is an absolute disgrace. Like, I haven't bought any of the other. I bought the first season pass, but I didn't buy any of the others because I'm not really playing it. I'm not really playing it that much, so there'd be no reason to buy the DLC, which sucks, man. I want to play a Swerve. I want to play a Swerve, man. Swerves are awesome, but I don't want to spend more money on this. And I hear rumors they might be trying to think of doing a sequel. I think they should do a sequel. Like, I saw some people sort of say like, oh, why would do a sequel after this one? It's like, I think a sequel is way better than just focusing on this one. Like, start over, make a new sort of engine and that, and maybe you could do something better. But so yeah, basically, I guess I'll just say like it was the sort of the basic sort of. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like Road to the Elite, or is it just called a story mode or something? Yeah, it was alright. Like, it's a bit nothing. Like, there's no sort of dialogue in it, and the stories are so sort of basic and kind of dull and that. So I can't remember who I played as now. I might have played as, maybe I played as Kenny or someone. Maybe I can't even remember who I played as in the story mode. But yeah, like, I would say don't, like, maybe give it a go, I guess. But I don't. Yeah, only if you're a big AEW mark like me, huh? Like, unless you're if you're not that big into AEW, if you like sort of only watch it casually, then just stick with it. Like, if you're just a casual wrestling fan, just stick to the WWE games. But only play this if you're a big AEW mark and you want to play as, like, you know, MJF and all those people. But even then, you're better off just getting created wrestlers off of Community Creations. Because that's another thing. Because Creations. Now we're moving on. So next up is July, which is the 8th of July. I have no memory of beating this game. That's Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. I genuinely forgot I beat this game last year. Genuinely, I have no memory of beating it. I can't even remember when so I obviously beat 8th of July. Can't remember beating it, can't even remember getting to the final level. It might have just been one of those games I sort of played in the background whilst I was like watching TV, because I do that a couple of times. So I imagine that was probably what that one was. But yeah, I genuinely cannot remember finishing this game. I mean, it was definitely, I definitely had fun with it, but I'm kind of remembering it a little bit, but it obviously didn't leave that much of an impact on me. Not to say the game's bad. I think it's just, again, one of those, it was played in the background whilst I was doing other stuff. So yeah, it was all. So yeah, I definitely liked it, but not enough to remember anything about it. Oh, this one was good. Next up, the 13th of July was Aladdin, the Super Nintendo version. So I've got the Disney Classic Collection. They made like an update that includes both versions of Aladdin, because originally it was just the Mega Drive version, but then they did an update and included the Super Nintendo version. And I think I must have beaten this the same day I watched Aladdin. I watched Aladdin for the first time. Which, first thing first, love that movie. That might be my new favourite Disney film. Like, it's one of my favourite Disney films. I actually watched it again not long ago, because we're going to Disneyland Paris. In fact, by the time this is uploaded, I might have already gone, so. But yeah, so Aladdin's great, and so I decided, I'll play the Super Nintendo version. I think I beat it the same day I started it. Yeah, it's really fun. Like, I actually like both versions, both the Mega Drive and Super Nintendo versions. Super Nintendo version was made by Capcom, so maybe that one's a bit better. Again, I like them both. I know there's a big debate, but I don't really have a sort of a horse in that race. I think they're both fun. Maybe Super Nintendo version's a little bit better, but again, they're both great. Yeah, that's all we need to say about that one. Next up, again, this is another one where it's like I kind of beat, but also like, I guess it's like one of those games where you can't really beat. That was the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So this was the I think the PS5 like release. So this is like a big. So it's hard to describe the Stanley Parable because it's a very weird game, and I don't really want to spend too much time on it because it's a game that's so much better played when you haven't got any like knowledge of it. I unfortunately knew quite a bit about it, but like thankfully I didn't like look at any of the things they added, so that was all new for me, so that was quite good. And yeah, it's such a weird kind of game. I don't even know how you would really describe it. It's just really weird like gaming stuff, you know, really weird, like really plays with your mind and that. Absolutely give it a go. Try and go in as sort of blind as possible. Don't look up anything about it, and you'll have a lovely time with it. Next up, I'm gonna make sure you can see this. Yeah, Zelda Link Between Worlds. Can you see that? Probably not. I probably have got the case somewhere, but I can't be bothered to get it. Yeah, like, so this is my very first Zelda game. Absolutely loved it. Friends convinced me to get this one because I was sort of saying I really wanted to get into Zelda, and they put me into this version, Link Between Worlds. And yeah, really loved it. Really loved this game. Like, this game was great. So yeah, probably if you want to get into Zelda, this is probably a good one to start with. I'm currently playing through. I started playing Link's Awakening a few days ago. I think I kind of like sort of stopped it for a bit because I'm playing other games, but hopefully I finished that game at some point. But yeah, really fun. Really liked it. Oh, so that was the 17th. I beat that one. That was the day after I beat Stanley Parable. And last up, 24th, another Sonic game, Sonic Unleashed. Finally, this one took a while, and this is one of those Sonic games I really wanted to beat for a long time. So there's quite a few other Sonic games that will be coming up in a minute. I think the next game is a Sonic game as well. But like, yeah, Sonic Unleashed is definitely a mixed game for me. The Sonic, like the daytime stages are really fun. Nighttime stages are really boring. They just take too long. I think if they were shorter, I don't think they would be as bad. But like, it's like it just takes too long. It just takes way too long. And that final boss, man, oh, I hated that final boss. That final boss was so annoying. It's just one of those ones where it takes too long. If you die, you got to go back to further and stuff. And it doesn't really I don't think it really did a good job of explaining what you had to do. So like, again, I actually had a lot of fun with it. I still enjoyed it. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done a remake of this one. Like, you'd think they're remastering all the Sonic games. I'm surprised they aren't remastering this one, because I feel like this is one that's getting a lot more love nowadays. And I think a remaster would probably help it. I could see a remaster people coming with a remaster, and actually maybe people who weren't actual at first will now go back and say it's actually not that bad. Yeah, I definitely give it a go. It is very good.